What's up, YouTube? In this video we're going to look at the classic Pentax lenses. I know it's been a long time coming. I eventually would get there, so we're going to look at and compare new versus old, sort of. So I've got the SMC Takumar 55 1.8 M42 mount, completely manual. Got that. Got the, which one is this? Super Takumar 105 2.8, and I have the Super Multi-Coated Takumar 135 3.5. And for the 105 and the 135, going to compare those two against a lot of people's favorite, the 18 135 WR. Reason being is it does cover those two focal lengths, and it is a pretty decent lens, and it is a lot newer, so should be betterer. And for the 55, it'll be a little odd because the only equivalent modern lens I have for that would be the 50 1.8 DA series lens. So that's pretty much it. I'm just going to take some self-portraits and swap out the lenses, and that's it. Let's go. No. That was not going to work. The depth of field on the Takumars is so razor thin, it's impossible to do self-portraits manually focusing to where you think you're going to be standing, because if you're off by a millimeter, it just doesn't work. So we're going to flip the script and do this completely different. Actually going to take some shots of, I guess, blooming dandelions. So the white mushroom thing with all the little hairs and all that, so you can see a lot of detail. And I think that would be a really good representation as to how much detail each one of these lenses can actually capture, as well as showing the out of focus area and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do this time. Okay, that didn't work either. There's a bit of wind, so they're constantly moving, and that's just not going to work. So actually going to have to resort to shooting this birdie. So all these intricate little details within whatever you call this piece. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be focusing on. And this is not going to move, so finally I'll actually be able to show you guys something. Okay, now this absolutely blew my mind. I did not think the differences were going to be this absolutely significant in between the modern lenses and the Takumars. The Takumars were consistent in how they rendered and the color and the white balance. Like this is a very good case in point. A lot of people go on and on, but I want to improve my pictures. I need to upgrade my camera, but they're using lower end lenses or older lenses. You know what I mean? Like, no. That's not what you need. What you need to do is actually focus on upgrading the lens, and this actually proves that point. I was not expecting this to be like that, but this is what happened. So on the left here, I'm going to be doing the modern lens. So this one is the DA50, and I'll put the DA18 135 WR up here as well. And on the right side, I'm just going to have the Takumars. Now, look at this massive monstrosity of a difference. The Takumar rendered things so cool. Not cool as in like, oh yeah, whoa, that's dope, man, that's cool. No, I mean cold. The rendering is cold. It's blue. It's sharp, but it's just way off. It's blue. I don't know what else to say. It's extremely cool. Yeah. So I mean, but this was consistent across the board. I mean, it is sharp. You can just see the ball here. Let's go to 100. And remember, one of the Takumar is a 55, so it'll be slightly more magnified, slightly. But I mean, you can see all the detail and everything, right? So I mean, it is sharp. It just, the rendering is completely and utterly different. So let's go to the DA18 135 WR at 105, and let me go to the Takumar at 105, and you'll see it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It is rendered very cold. I was not expecting that to be the case. It wasn't even something that I thought that I thought of at all. And here you can see how the out of focus area, the Takumars, it's a very, very, very thin depth of field, no matter how you're shooting. It's just a very, very thin depth of field all around. But again, they are sharp. They are very sharp lenses. As a matter of fact, I think this is sharper than the 18-135. It actually is sharper. There's more detail. But again, this rendered extremely, extremely cold. The sun was out, so I don't know why this is rendering as if, it's almost like it's Twilight. Not the movie Twilight. Definitely not the movie Twilight. And this is also, does appear to be slightly more magnified as well. Just ever so slightly. Most likely because the 18-135 is a zoom lens and the Takumar is a prime lens. So it will render, the magnification differently in regards to that as well. Now let's go to the WR at 135 and the Takumar at 135. And it's not as bad in this one, but you can still see, and yes, I know the field is a little different. I had to move this around, but anyway, in regards to how it actually rendered the scene and the color, the colors, that it doesn't matter how the birdie is actually placed. You can clearly see that there is a massive, massive difference. They render entirely differently, which again, I was not expecting that. I found this absolutely crazy. I was like, why does this look so different? So, again, case in point, it's the same camera, it's just different lenses, right? And they can make that massive of a difference in regards to how they render the colors and the saturations and micro contrast and all that. So, so many people get so caught up in regards to wanting to upgrade their camera to improve the photos, but they're not willing to upgrade the lenses to do that. And the camera only sees what the lens allows it to, right? So, this shows right here, like two different lenses, same scene, completely and utterly different. So anyway, that's the difference between the Takumars and a more modern lens. And as I said, the Takumars are extremely sharp lenses. They do pick up a lot of detail. I just was not expecting the color differences to be that drastic. They seem to all render very, very cool, which I guess for some people, that's just pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for me. If you like the video, leave a like. If you have not already, please do subscribe because it helps me out. And, I'm climbing almost at that 1,000 mark, and I'm thinking about doing a giveaway when I hit that 1,000. So we'll see how that goes. Haha, surprise, surprise. Anyway, that's it for me. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and you guys will see me on my next video. I'm out.